I'm Mr. James from Charm City Karate. This is our chat from the mat. This week we're talking about goals again. It's still January. It's still cold. People still love goals. So you wrote down your goal, short-term goal last week. How did you do on it? I hope you did really well. I hope you remember to write it down. It is really important. The other thing that is really important for you for achieving a goal is that it has to mean something to you. Okay? For instance, if I set a goal for myself to be able to run the Boston Marathon, it's not going to happen. You know why? Because I don't even like to run, and the Boston Marathon means nothing to me. So I'm going to have zero motivation. I don't care. Okay? Now, you sitting at home, you might be like, oh man, I would love to run the Boston Marathon. I'd like to run and the train be awesome and be on to... Okay, man, then do it. You know, we have a couple of people here at the studio that like to run, and they do the Under Armour Marathon, or whatever they call the Baltimore Marathon these days. If that's your thing, then that is a good goal. It doesn't mean anything to me, it wouldn't be a good goal. Okay? The goal has to mean something to you. Otherwise, you're just not going to have the motivation to achieve the goal. All right? So, write it down. Make sure that it means something to you. Okay? You know, if you decide to have a goal of getting into like great workout shape, but you really don't care about being in great workout shape, it's not going to work for you. It's got to be your goal. Okay? For instance, one goal that I hope everybody here at the martial arts school has is getting their black belt. You know, everybody here that's in the black belt club has made that goal. You know, they made the written commitment to it. We've got their belts back there on the wall with their names on them so they can see them every day when they come to class. They go, oh, there's my belt. It's got their name on it. Every time they come in, they see it there. They're working towards it every class. You know, and it's not just a belt that you wear around your waist, you know. The black belt signifies the person that you became through that discipline of coming in and practicing, the confidence that you gained through it, the physical skills that you've gotten, you know, the speed, the strength, all that kind of stuff. So those are the things that meant something to you through getting your black belt. The other thing you have to do for accomplishing your goal is you never give up. Okay? Let's say that you want to get straight A's. All right? Let's say you're a C student and you want to get straight A's on your next report card. And you work really hard, and your next report card you get B's. You don't go, oh, that's it, forget it. All right. Terrible attitude. Don't do that. You just reset. All right, I didn't make it on this one. I want to get straight A's on my next one. All right, you work really hard. Your next report card, you get A's and B's. You don't freak out. Look at the progress you made. You went from C's to B's. It's a whole letter grade. That's good. Your next one, you went from B's to A's and B's. That's still good. That's going up, right? So your next one, you make it again. I want B's to go from B's to A's, right? Bang. So you keep working at it, all right? Same thing with wanting to run the Boston Marathon. You say, oh, I can only run a mile right now. All right, so you want to run the Boston Marathon, you can only run a mile. So your next goal should be to get yourself up to probably, what, a 5K, right? Isn't that the next one? So you get to that. You say, all right, well, it took me 3 months to get ready for a 5K. There's no way I'm going to make this year's Boston Marathon. So next year's Boston Marathon, and then you start working on getting yourself up to being ready. Okay, but you don't quit. If you quit, you're never going to get to any of your goals. All right? Getting to points where you have to reset your goals and reevaluate and plan again, that's a natural part of it. All right? But don't give up. It's bad. You know, and for you students, you know, you guys hear about your parents making New Year's resolutions. Those are really just long-term goals that people make in January. Okay, they say things like, oh, I want to eat healthier this year, or oh, I want to get to the gym more, I want to spend less money, whatever it is. They're looking at the new year as a great time to set a new long-term goal for themselves. And that's pretty good. In fact, it's a good time for everybody to set a new long-term goal. Yeah. Yeah. And every year at New Year's, my wife asks me what my resolution is. And I always go, I hate resolutions. And the reason for that is that usually a resolution, from the people I've seen them in, are just like blanket statements with no plan. People go, I'm going to eat better. Okay. But if you said, you know what, I'm going to have the goal of eating better by only having dessert once a week. Okay, now you have a goal, you have a plan, okay? Now that sounds a lot better to me. So what I do every year is, instead of making a resolution, I have a goal. I set long-term goals every year at New Year's instead of a resolution, which just doesn't make much sense to me, right? So there you go. Set some long-term goals for yourself. Work towards them. Remember to write it down. The goal's got to mean something to you. Next week, we're going to talk about SMART goals. I'm Mr. James from Charm City Karate. This has been our Mat Chat on goals. Have a great day.